The room was silent, too silent for 1:37 a.m. The glass walls of Bravo headquarters reflected the faint red glow of the city outside, but inside, only 3 shadows moved. Gizelle Bryant, Robyn Dixon, Andy Cohen. A single file lay open between them, marked in bold. Operation: Remove Wendy. Gizelle leaned forward, voice sharp and cold. She's stealing the spotlight again. Fans love her too much. Robyn scoffed, flipping her hair. Then let's make them hate her. Andy's tone was measured, almost rehearsed. We finish her story, permanently. None of them noticed the faint blinking light above the chandelier. A hidden camera, silently recording every word. And the person who placed it there wasn't a stranger. It was Candiace Dillard, Wendy's closest ally. 2 nights later, that very footage appeared online. Within minutes, it exploded across Twitter and TikTok. Fans froze at Andy's words. By the time she realizes, her career will already be over. Was this ambition or assassination by television? But what happened next changed everything. Before the chaos, before the hashtags and leaked footage, the world of The Real Housewives of Potomac looked perfectly controlled. Cameras rolled, smiles flashed. Every argument seemed scripted enough to sell drama, but safe enough to protect reputations. Wendy Osefo had become the intellectual heartbeat of the show. A political commentator, a professor, a woman with 4 degrees who never let anyone forget it. To Bravo audiences, she was a symbol of poise and success. But behind the polished glamour, resentment was quietly growing like mold under the surface. Gizelle Bryant and Robyn Dixon, 2 women once branded as the green-eyed bandits, had long felt overshadowed by Wendy's academic aura. What started as light competition slowly turned into hostility. According to leaked crew chats, tension began when producers allegedly told Gizelle during season 8 filming that Wendy's segment testing higher than yours. One message read, "We might pivot focus toward her storyline." For Bravo stars, that meant less screen time and less power. From that moment, insiders claimed Gizelle's attitude shifted. One makeup artist, speaking anonymously, recalled that Gizelle would roll her eyes whenever Wendy entered the room. She used to whisper under her breath, "Miss 4 degrees coming through." Robyn laughed along, but their laughter carried a hidden edge. Then came the first leak. Small, almost invisible. An anonymous Reddit thread claimed Wendy's charity project was under investigation for misuse of funds. The post disappeared hours later, but fans had already started asking questions. Wendy denied the rumor live on air, calling it a disgusting lie planted by someone desperate. She looked right into the camera when she said it, and that glare didn't miss Gizelle, sitting 2 chairs away, smirking. The boss audience didn't know what was happening behind closed doors. Bravo's internal emails, later leaked, showed discussions among producers about how to handle Wendy's growing influence. One executive allegedly wrote, "She's brilliant, but she doesn't play the Bravo game." Another responded, "Then maybe we edit her differently." That one line changed everything. Wendy began noticing the difference almost immediately. Scenes where she looked confident were cut shorter. Heated arguments were exaggerated in promos. She told close friend Candiace Dillard that she felt targeted. Meredith, who had seen the darker side of Bravo politics before, advised her to stay alert. "They build you up just to break you on camera," she warned. But Wendy didn't listen. She believed truth would protect her. Then came the dinner scene, the night fans would later call the setup. It was supposed to be a casual filming day at a private mansion rented by the network. Drinks, gossip, laughter, the usual. But crew members noticed something different. Gizelle and Robyn had arrived early. Cameras were positioned oddly. One directly behind Wendy's chair, another zoomed in at a strange angle. "It felt staged," said one crew member later. Halfway through dinner, Gizelle turned to Wendy and dropped the first bomb. "So, Wendy, are the rumors true that your husband's company got caught in a fake contract scheme?" The room froze. Wendy laughed awkwardly, thinking it was a joke, but Gizelle's face didn't move. Robyn leaned forward, pretending to look concerned. "We just want to know the truth, for the fans." Within seconds, voices rose. Wendy's tone cracked. She said, "You two are obsessed with trying to tear me down." Gizelle slammed her wine glass on the table and shouted, "You did that yourself!" Cut. Cameras off. Silence. Wendy stormed out in tears. According to one sound technician, she said to herself as she left, "They're trying to destroy me." That clip never aired. Bravo claimed it was lost audio, but Candiace Dillard, who had been quietly watching from the corner, saved her own copy from the sound feed. She later told fans, "That night, I knew it wasn't just drama. It was entrapment." After that, Wendy began receiving strange calls. Private numbers, anonymous texts saying, "Stop talking about production decisions." One even read, "Keep playing the saint, and you'll regret it." She reported it to Bravo security, but nothing happened. 2 weeks later, something far bigger exploded. A hidden camera video surfaced, grainy but clear. It showed Gizelle Bryant, Robyn Dixon, and Andy Cohen sitting in a dimly lit Bravo conference room. A document lay open between them labeled, "Operation Remove Wendy." Gizelle's voice was unmistakable. "She's stealing the spotlight again. Audiences love her too much." Robyn replied with that same cold tone she once used. In reunion fights. "We can't let her win another season. She makes us look fake." And then Andy's calm but chilling voice. "Then we finish her story. Permanently." The clip was only 46 seconds long, but it broke the internet in hours. The uploader was anonymous. Username, Truth Inside Bravo. No one knew where it came from until Candiace Dillard went live on Instagram, tears streaming down her face, and said the words that changed Bravo forever. "I recorded it, and I'm not sorry." Fans lost their minds. Twitter turned into a battlefield. "This is bigger than reality TV." "They plotted against her like villains." Hashtags exploded. Bravo tried to issue a statement claiming the clip was doctored. But forensic video experts who reviewed it said the audio matched their voices. Independent journalists confirmed the background, Bravo's actual conference room, same layout, same clock on the wall. Inside sources began whispering that this wasn't the first time such a meeting had taken place. Former cast members reached out to bloggers, saying they too had been edited out after crossing Andy Cohen. One ex-producer even leaked a screenshot of internal chat logs where someone wrote, "If she cries on camera, we win. Ratings go up." The public outrage was immediate. Protesters appeared outside Bravo's Manhattan headquarters holding posters reading, "Stop exploiting Black women for ratings." Wendy remained silent. She didn't tweet, didn't post. Reporters camped outside her home, desperate for a statement. But all they got was a single text message reply from her assistant. "She's not ready to speak, but she's seen everything." Meanwhile, Gizelle and Robyn started going live, claiming the footage was edited and taken out of context. Gizelle, in her classic smirk, said, "I love Wendy, but not everything you see online is real." Robyn laughed and added, "I mean, come on, Operation Remove Wendy? Sounds like a Marvel movie." But fans weren't laughing. The hidden camera angle, the clear audio, the timestamps, everything screamed authenticity. Andy Cohen tried to do damage control during his late-night show, saying, "Look, Bravo's a big family. Families argue, families make mistakes." But every apology made it worse. One viral comment under the clip said, "If this is a family, it's one that eats its own." Behind the scenes, more secrets began surfacing. Sources claimed that Bravo had hired a private PR firm to suppress hashtags related to Wendy's name. A leaked email even showed an executive instructing staff to flag and mass report Wendy-centered conspiracy threads. And then came the final twist. An internal memo from Bravo Legal quietly leaked to entertainment journalists. It read, "Effective immediately, Dr. Wendy Osefo will not return for the remainder of Season 9. Fans erupted. They actually did it. They proved the footage was real and fired her anyway. Candiace Dillard, furious, went on Instagram Live again, whispering through tears, "They silenced her, but I won't be silent." That's when she revealed there was more. Hours of unedited recordings still saved in her phone gallery. The world thought they had seen everything. They were wrong. Because one of those files, labeled simply Final Meeting, contained something that would shatter Bravo's entire empire, and no one saw it coming. After the leaked video shattered Bravo's carefully crafted image, the internet transformed into a courtroom. Every frame of that hidden camera clip was dissected, slowed down, re-uploaded, and analyzed by millions. The background clock matched Bravo's Manhattan office. The voice frequencies matched Andy Cohen's. Even the gold bangle on Gizelle Bryant's wrist from that night was confirmed through past paparazzi photos. There was no denying it now. The plot to destroy Wendy Osefo wasn't a rumor. It was real, and the whole world had just seen it happen in 4K. In the hours that followed, the network's silence spoke louder than any statement could. Bravo insiders started whispering that the leak had sent the executive floor into panic. The official email thread titled "Crisis Containment" was leaked next. One producer wrote, "Shut it down before sponsors pull out. This cannot reach mainstream news." But it was already too late. CNN and TMZ were running the story. Entertainment blogs were calling it the Bravo betrayal. Meanwhile, Wendy herself had vanished. Reporters swarmed outside her Maryland home, but neighbors said she'd been taken to a private facility after a stress-related episode. Photos of her husband, Eddie Osefo, leaving a hospital parking lot circulated online. The man looked broken, eyes red, face pale, no words for the cameras. Fans around the world began posting prayers under the hashtag #StandWithWendy. But behind all the chaos, there was something no one knew. Candiace Dillard wasn't finished. 2 days after admitting she was behind the recording, Candiace went live again, this time from a dimly lit hotel room. Her face looked pale, her voice low. "They know I have more," she whispered. "They're threatening legal action, but I won't stop." On the desk beside her sat a small silver iPhone. She lifted it toward the camera. "Everything's here, the full meeting, the messages, even the payment receipts." Then she said something that froze her audience. Andy Cohen wired $25,000 to Gizelle 2 days before Wendy's charity rumor aired. It was labeled as a consulting bonus. You tell me what that means. The internet exploded again. Within minutes, the hashtag Andy paid her started trending. Gizelle tried to post a denial, a photo of herself sipping coffee with the caption "Unbothered." But the top comment under it read, "You're not unbothered. You're exposed." It wasn't just fans this time. Major entertainment outlets began pulling back from Bravo partnerships. Advertisers quietly paused campaigns. Bravo's board members reportedly held an emergency meeting, debating whether to suspend Andy Cohen temporarily. But he refused to step down. "I built this network," he allegedly told them. "I'll clean up the mess myself." Except the mess was now uncontrollable. Reddit users claimed to have found more evidence. A screenshot from Bravo's Slack workspace showing a producer writing, "Andy wants more tension between Wendy and Gizelle for finale week. Tell Robyn to bring up Eddie's case." The message was time-stamped 3 days before the scandal episode was filmed. The revelation turned everything upside down. What viewers thought were spontaneous reality TV fights were now confirmed to be orchestrated attacks, carefully produced by the same man who appeared on late-night TV smiling about real drama. Journalists began digging into Bravo's financial records. That's when a new mystery surfaced. An unlisted shell company registered under the name Bravo Creative Ventures LLC, reportedly used to funnel appearance bonuses and private consultant payments. Among the names listed on its records, Gizelle Bryant and Robyn Dixon. The narrative changed overnight. Gizelle and Robyn weren't just castmates, they were allegedly paid accomplices. Meanwhile, a new voice entered the storm. A former Bravo editor came forward anonymously, claiming he was fired for refusing to alter Wendy's footage. In an interview with a gossip podcast, he said, We were told to cut out her calm responses and keep only the angry moments. Andy wanted her to look unhinged. He said, and I quote, "The audience loves when the smart ones crack." The quote became viral. Candiace Dillard released more proof, this time an audio file. The recording began with Andy Cohen's voice saying, "Once she's out, ratings will recover. Gizelle can lead season 9. Then, a faint laugh. Robyn's. Followed by Gizelle's reply, "Good, let's make sure she never comes back." It was horrifying to hear, not because it was unexpected, but because it was so casual. Public reaction split into two worlds. Bravo diehards defended the show, calling it edited for attention. But millions of others turned on the network. Celebrities began unfollowing Andy Cohen. Talk shows condemned him live on air. Even former housewives from other franchises came forward, revealing their own dark production experiences. One wrote, "They made me cry on cue. They told me when to hate people. It's all fake." The damage was done. In the middle of this storm, a new video surfaced, not from Meredith, not from fans, but from inside Bravo itself. Someone had leaked security footage showing Andy Cohen leaving his office past midnight with 2 security guards. In his hand, large brown envelope labeled Wendy, legal. He looked up, noticed the camera, and smiled coldly before stepping into the elevator. That smile became infamous. Memes flooded TikTok, the smile before the storm. But for Wendy's supporters, it wasn't funny. They saw it as proof that he wasn't scared. He was untouchable. Then came the most shocking development yet. Anonymous insiders told Variety that an FBI inquiry had quietly begun after the leak, allegedly investigating possible corporate misconduct and media manipulation. Bravo denied everything, of course, calling it baseless. But fans weren't convinced, especially when screenshots emerged showing Candiace receiving an email from a private legal address reading, "Stop what you're doing. This will end badly for you." She posted the screenshot with one word, "Never." Hours later, her account went dark. Fans panicked. Theories spread that Bravo's lawyers had forced her silence. Others claimed her hotel room was raided. A few conspiracy channels even said Candiace had fled the country with the remaining evidence. None of it could be confirmed. But her last tweet before disappearing read, "If you don't see me again, just remember, the camera never lies." That single line sparked a movement. YouTubers began uploading expose videos titled, "Where is Candiace Dillard?" TikTok users staged fake Bravo employee leaks. Every new rumor only made the mystery bigger. And Wendy's name? It was trending globally again. But this time, she wasn't the villain. At the same time, Bravo's stock began plummeting. Parent company executives released a public statement. "We take these allegations seriously." But the internet had already made up its mind. Screenshots from internal memos revealed that half of Bravo's Season 9 sponsors had pulled out pending investigation. A few days later, an anonymous clip surfaced on Telegram, labeled Final Recording. It appeared to show Andy Cohen speaking on the phone, saying, "We underestimated her. She recorded everything. Delete all footage from the 5th." The audio ended abruptly. Experts authenticated the voice. Fans shared it like wildfire. It was the missing puzzle piece. The moment Andy realized the empire he'd built on lies was collapsing. The once glossy world of Bravo now looked like a crime scene. Cast members avoided interviews. Social media managers went silent. Even the official Bravo Instagram turned off comments. Every thread, every post, every video. One name echoed louder than all others. Wendy Osefo. The woman they tried to erase had become a symbol of truth, and the empire that betrayed her was now burning on live television. The silence that followed was haunting. Candiace Dillard had disappeared, Bravo had gone into lockdown, and Wendy Osefo's name was being spoken in every living room, newsroom, and podcast across the country. What began as another Bravo feud had become a full-blown cultural reckoning. The network had lost control of its own creation. Every secret, every edited scene, every scripted argument had now turned into evidence in a story far darker than reality TV had ever seen. The footage of Andy Cohen's meeting was no longer just entertainment, it was a case file. Fans, journalists, and conspiracy analysts began treating the video like an FBI investigation. Online detectives started comparing voice tones, examining reflections in the glass wall, even analyzing timestamps on Andy's wristwatch. They proved it. The video was unedited. Andy's words, "We finish her story permanently," were real. And yet, Bravo stayed silent. Their social media went dark. The network stopped airing reruns of Real Housewives of Potomac. The official explanation was technical issues, but fans weren't buying it. "They're scrubbing evidence," one Reddit user wrote. Another posted screenshots of deleted scenes from Bravo's streaming app. In one, Wendy was shown having an emotional breakdown in her dressing room, something that had never aired. Fans were convinced the clip was proof of how far Bravo had gone to humiliate her. Days turned into weeks, and each day brought a new twist. Leaked text messages surfaced between Andy and a PR executive. One message read, "Candiace won't stay quiet. We'll handle her legally if needed." Another followed, "Make Gizelle do one interview, soften her image." The Soften interview aired days later. Gizelle appeared on Watch What Happens Live, ironically hosted by Andy himself. Her tone was rehearsed. She smiled, joked, and said, "People forget this is entertainment. Wendy knows how the game works." Andy nodded sympathetically, but viewers weren't fooled. They flooded the comments. "She's not acting like someone innocent. This looks like damage control." She literally plotted to destroy another woman's career. Then, a bombshell report hit Variety. The headline read, "Exclusive, Bravo whistleblower hands over hidden files to federal authorities." According to the article, the files included contracts, production notes, and hidden communications proving that certain cast members were given incentives to instigate controlled conflicts for storyline enhancement. Among the names listed in those documents, Gizelle Bryant, Robyn Dixon, and Andy Cohen. It was over, or at least, that's what everyone thought. 2 nights later, at exactly 11:54 p.m., an anonymous video was uploaded to YouTube. The thumbnail showed a dark hallway. The title simply read, "Wendy's Revenge, The Truth Uncut." Within minutes, it had over 1 million views. The video opened with static, then a shaky camera view of Wendy herself, sitting in a shadowed room. She looked pale, but defiant. Her voice trembled, but her words were razor sharp. "They tried to silence me. They edited my truth. But this time, I'm editing theirs." She reached over, tapping a laptop. The screen behind her lit up with dozens of files, labeled Bravo emails, Andy payments, raw footage, and Candiace confession. She continued, "Everything they planned, everything they covered up, it's all here. Every woman they destroyed for a storyline, every lie they told for ratings, and I have proof they did it to others too." Then, for the first time, Wendy played a new clip that no one had seen before. It showed Andy Cohen on a private Zoom call, saying, "If Wendy starts talking, we'll leak something worse. Everyone has a weakness." The internet went insane. Twitter timelines froze. News networks interrupted programming. Wendy Osefo had just publicly declared war on Bravo. Within 24 hours, Bravo's entire legal department was in overdrive. Reports emerged that lawyers had sent Wendy multiple cease and desist letters. But it didn't matter anymore. The genie was out of the bottle. Fans downloaded and re-uploaded every second of her video before it could be deleted. The internet had become her army. While Bravo scrambled to contain the fallout, a chilling update surfaced. Candiace Dillard had been located. She wasn't missing. She was in hiding. In a brief phone interview with a journalist, she said only one thing. "Tell Wendy to check her iCloud. There's more." That one sentence reignited everything. Wendy released another statement. I've found the rest of the recordings, and when people hear them, Bravo won't exist anymore. The following week, new files leaked from an unnamed source, this time showing financial corruption inside Bravo Studios itself. Payments listed under cast bonuses were allegedly redirected to offshore accounts. One document was labeled Wendy Osefo Crisis Budget. The scandal crossed into national politics. Senators mentioned it during media ethics hearings. One congresswoman even tweeted, "Reality TV has become weaponized. This is exploitation, not entertainment." But for Wendy, the cost was personal. Her family had been harassed, her emails hacked, and her reputation dragged for months. Yet in a final televised appearance, she said something that silenced even her critics. "I used to think my degrees defined me. Now I realize surviving this did." Her voice cracked, her eyes filled with tears, but she kept going. "They made me the villain. They made me the scandal. They made me the storyline. But I'm still here, and that means I won." That line went viral across every platform. Millions of people reposted it with the caption, "She's the face of resilience." Bravo tried to retaliate with a defamation lawsuit, but the damage was already irreversible. The FBI, according to multiple reports, had opened a formal inquiry into Bravo's production ethics and financial manipulation. Andy Cohen was placed on temporary leave. Gizelle and Robyn unfollowed each other, each blaming the other privately through leaked DMs. By the end of the month, the Bravo brand was collapsing. Their official YouTube comments were filled with phrases like #boycott Bravo and #Wendy was right. Every show under the network took a hit. Even advertisers began dropping out. It was the digital version of a corporate implosion. Then came one final twist, one that turned the entire scandal into legend. A final anonymous file surfaced online titled "The Bravo Funeral." Inside it was a 6-minute video showing a press conference room. A man stood at the podium, back to the camera. His voice was familiar. It was Andy Cohen. "You win, Wendy," he said quietly. "I hope you're happy." Then he walked away, leaving the Bravo logo flickering on a monitor behind him, glitching, fading, and finally going black. Fans were left speechless. The file ended with one eerie sentence on the screen. "They filmed my downfall. Now I've filmed theirs." In the weeks that followed, the Wendy Files documentary premiered on Netflix. It became the most watched docuseries of the year. The opening scene showed Wendy looking into the camera, saying softly, "They thought silence would protect them, but silence only made me louder." And for the first time in Bravo's history, the empire that thrived on editing others was forced to face its own unedited truth. The world finally understood. This wasn't reality TV anymore. It was a revolution caught on camera. The lights are out now, the camera's silent, but the echoes still remain. Every whisper, every betrayal, every lie disguised as good television. What happened at Bravo wasn't just a scandal, it was a revelation of how far power will go to protect itself. Wendy Osefo wasn't just a reality star anymore. She became the mirror that forced an empire to see its own reflection. When Candiace leaked the footage, when Wendy spoke out, the facade of perfection crumbled. Viewers saw the truth, that drama was scripted, friendships were transactions, and reality was nothing more than manipulation sold as entertainment. For the first time, fans didn't laugh. They cried, they protested, they demanded accountability. And somewhere, deep in the noise, a question still burns. Was it worth it? Was fame worth a woman's dignity? Was silence worth the truth that bled through every edited frame? Maybe the real story isn't about Wendy or Gizelle, or even Andy. Maybe it's about us. The audience who watched, shared, and cheered, never realizing that every click was another cut. Share your thoughts below. Because sometimes, silence doesn't protect, it exposes. And this story? It's far from over.